Hey, hey, hey. What's going on, sassy ladies? Always excited as usual to come to you all with yet another, I guess we could say, segment or a portion or a piece of the Strategic Leadership Mastery Series, a 61-day journey for female CEOs. This is Danette Moss, Business Systems and Implementation Strategist, aka the Strategy Lady, over at Let's Talk Strategies, home of the SaaS Factor, where y'all know I enjoy working with those 6 or 7 figure female CEO consultants, service providers, heck, women who are really truly looking forward to thriving in their business and that are sick and tired of playing patty cake and ready to really to move forward. Right. Listen, y'all, today I got a special series. I'm extremely excited. My computers was doing what it was doing, but I was still going to show up and do what I had to do no matter what. And I'm excited today because I have a series inside of the series. You heard me right. A series inside of a series. I was listening the other day to one of my favorites, Myron Golden, and he was sharing several different things about business. And of course, he's very good and well known for, implementing or merging the biblical sense along with the business sense altogether. And Myron was speaking about the four elements or four things that he thought we needed in our business. Well, four things that we needed to build a successful business. And I thought, you know what, this really needs to be a part of the strategic leadership mastery series. So this is a series, whew, Lord sweating y'all, inside of a series. It really is. And today for strategic leadership mastery, we're going to talk about building successful businesses, of course, but our topic is going to be on lead gen today. Okay. The four things or four elements that Myron mentioned that we need to build successful businesses. One was lead gen. The second one is lead conversion. And then the third is customer retention. Really, really important. And then, of course, we have to literally look at customer accession. But today we're going to talk about lead gen because I really feel as though this is something that's extremely important for every female CEO, consultant, coach, service provider, girl, whatever your title is for the day. Again, as long as it's positive, it's truly the cornerstone, y'all, of your business's success. It's the, let me see, I'm probably going to pull some words like I always talk about. It's the process, right, of cultivating interest and capturing those potential clients. I also look at it to be the lifeline or the lifeblood of a thriving enterprise, your thriving business. If you're not capturing leads, if you're not getting customers, then you don't have a business. So let's go ahead and let's explore why lead gen. Well, I think I already explained why lead gen is the pivotal um, part of sustaining growth in your industry. But I think what I want to do is ask some questions for you, okay? Or provide you questions to ask yourself, or maybe even just say, here's some questions for you to consider that you need to really, really ask yourself as it pertains to lead gen and growing a successful business. Question one, or question to reflect on: what unique value can you offer? Do you know that? We need to know our unique value. We do, right? We got to know it so that we can really, really, truly move forward and capture the right people. You can be out there selling something, you're wondering why you're getting these people who, one, don't want to pay, two, they're thinking that you're selling something else that has something to do with you also not knowing who the target audience is or not being clear on things. But I want you to ask yourself, what unique value can you offer? Right? You got to reflect on your unique value proposition and how you can articulate it to attract and, of course, resonate with your target audience. That is key. It is extremely important. The next question I want you to ask yourself is: how well are you leveraging your network? I'm all about that. You got to leverage the network. Are you even networking? It's time to evaluate your current network for potential lead gen. Extremely important. The month of October, I did a great deal of that. I'm still in the midst of it now, here in November, but October was a busy month for me. Are you leveraging your network? That's a question to ask yourself. Okay. I think I'm going to move forward because I don't want to stay too long. I still want to keep it within that 30-minute realm. And as we go through this, I want you to revisit those questions. Make sure, of course, that you answer these questions in the comment section. People need your help. Even if it's food for thought for you and you hadn't thought about it. Listen, this is a time for us to grow together, right? You never know who may need to hear this, and share it. Answer these questions. But if you don't really feel comfortable with answering them in the comment section, whether you're on IG, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, if you don't want to answer them over there, you can check us out over in the Get Your Sass On community. If you're not part of that community, please, please, please visit GYSO community.letstalkstrategies.com. Drop the answers to your questions over there. Ask questions over there. I do promise to get back with you so that we can communicate, and I'm all about helping you get your sass on, girl. So, I'll be there for you so we can move forward on this journey of this 61-day journey that we'll be hanging out. This is day 14 of the Strategic Leadership Mastery Series. And as I mentioned at the top of this live, is that this is a series inside of a series. And that I have been listening to one of my favorite people, Myron Golden, and he had shared the four things or four components that he thought was essential to building a successful business. One was lead gen, the second was lead conversion, the third was customer ascension, and the fourth is customer retention. Today we're going to touch a bit on lead gen because I think it's so important as we master, right, strategically as women leaders in leadership, right? So let's go ahead and let's dive on in so we can stay in that window of time, respect your time, so that I can go ahead and move forward with my time as well. Let's talk about some practical tips or ideas of things that I really truly believe you need to consider or be made aware of as it pertains to this topic of lead gen. I've gotten so many people to ask me, what is lead generation? As a matter of fact, I worked with one of my clients last week, and she worked through the weekend. She was over in Florida speaking, and she needed to present. She was presenting, and she wanted something to lead them with, right? So I walked her through after having a strategy session. We went from strategy to implementation, and I walked her through done with her type of service this go around because she needed it right away. And we created a lead gen type item. She created a guide to give to them. She was in the right environment to do some things. We created, QR codes. We make sure she had landing pages that spoke to that target audience. And so at that thing that she spoke about, at the end, she gave them an offer to click on this thing or scan that QR code, which took them into her CRM, which just kicked off a chain of reaction. So lead gen is extremely, extremely important. So let's talk about an idea or one way that I believe, let's say practical tip or practical idea number one, that you, a female CEO, could use to generate some leads in your business. And that is host events or host virtual events. Nonetheless, it's still an event, right? This is going to help you truly showcase your expertise along with you promoting yourself via social media, via your targeted emails, etc. It's going to help you. So host some events. Don't be afraid. People need to know who you are. They really do. Another one that I think is very, very good, and that's events and webinars. Okay. Practical tip or practical idea number two for lead gen as a female CEO. Look at the content that you're creating. Create valuable content This can be done via your blog articles, video. I'm doing these videos, but I can snip this stuff up and really get down on it. Share this information across the platforms and use it as your lead magnet so that you can, you know, be able to get some information from people, right? That's the whole thing. Give them something, they give you something. So as you're leaving or putting out some good social media post, providing them ways to possibly get on your calendar, providing them ways to download some sort of checklist or guide like my client did. This is a lead magnet that will allow you to get information. You want to get outside of the social sphere because anything can happen. You need a way to continue communicating with them, to continue leveraging and growing and cultivating your relationship. And having good content, position it in a way as content marketing, blogging, vlogging videos, right? And sharing it across all your social platforms is listen, it's golden. So content marketing was the practical tip or practical idea for lead gen number 2. Now, practical tip or or lead generation idea number 3, y'all, is networking events. Now, I mentioned earlier that I've attended several. The month of October was really, really busy for me. Not only do I recommend you attend, I recommend you host some events. Okay. This is going to help you build relationships. It's also going to help you position yourself to explore collaboration opportunities. When you're networking, you get a chance to talk to people, find out who they are. Now, I don't recommend you just automatically say, "Hey, yeah, let's do this together." You got to vet them, right? You need to make sure that that they know what they're talking about. But this is a starting point for you. So make sure that you are attending networking events and also consider hosting some networking events that are focused on your area, focus towards the people that you serve, and watch what happens. Magic will take place when you do it, I promise. Now, another practical tip or idea as it pertains to lead gen is partnerships. And I guess that can kind of fall into the partnerships and collaborations. Partner with other female CEOs, right? Cross promote. This is going to help you expand your reach. So, like you're developing courses, you're participating in a summit, you know, get involved, partner with people. I love summits because, generally speaking, when I participate in summits, they generally will ask you for some sort of irresistible offer or some kind of giveaway that's within a certain price point that they can share with the audience that are joining you during the summit. This way, you can capture some contact information, y'all. This also helps you do what? If you're contacting or getting capturing that contact information, this also positions you where you can stay in the nurturing mode. Because if you got a small list and you're trying to grow a list, you got to put something out there to do that. So for me, again, out there collaborating and partnering with people is just a win-win situation for me. It gives me the opportunity to get in front of their people. They get a chance to get the opportunity to get in front of my people, and we all get a chance to grow our lists. Now, another practical tip or idea as it pertains to lead gen is consider having online courses or master classes. Develop a course as your lead magnet so you can again capture some information so you can continue nurturing your leads. When you do master classes and online courses and you position yourself as that expert and you're constantly giving them good valuable information, they have no choice but to come back. Now, when you do the master classes and online courses, it's important that you remember that they are something of value, but that they lead somewhere else, that you just don't do it and it stops there. It needs to go somewhere else. Like my 6-figure female CEO, I think it was a 12-week cohort that we had. It leads to another program, my Streamline and Scale. I give them meaty information and things that they can take and implement effective immediately in their business. But then I can't stuff too much in there, right? I don't want them to be overwhelmed. So I give them what they need in those 12 weeks. And then I position them to keep going so they can stay here with me. And I can keep helping them get their SaaS on in their business. So I recommend you consider online courses and master classes as a form of lead gen as well. Now, don't forget about this popular practical tip or idea, and that's social media engagement. Showcase your expertise through various types of content types, right? Include videos, run targeted ads so that you can reach those specific demographics. Another thing that you can do as it pertains to social media engagement is to answer questions or give people, if someone asked something, respond, show your level of expertise. Now, I do caution you, if this took place on someone else's platform, respect that person's platform because it's theirs, right? But show your expertise by dropping, this is how I do such and such, but don't try to steal that client. When you showcase your expertise, if you answer that thing the right way, they're going to give that person some business more than likely, but you're going to pique their curiosity and they're going to want to come and check you out. They really are. So remember, social media engagement is awesome, but make sure you're doing it with some respect. Put some respect on that thing. Another practical tip or idea as it pertains to lead gen in our series that we're dealing with is referral programs. Establish a referral program with some sort of incentive for your clientele. Now, most people know that I'm the strategy lady and I host the Six Figure Female CEO. I do it for mompreneurs. I've got the 5-day challenge that I do. That if you refer somebody to that, there's a link always available for you to become an affiliate, right? You refer someone, I give you something for that. It wasn't my client until you referred them to me. Now they're there. So I want to show you how much I appreciate you for that. I encourage you to consider referral programs or establishing some sort of referral program for your business. It's a win-win situation, and you get a chance to allow other people to tell people about you, to showcase who you are, to share how awesome you are, and that they believe you need to go check this person out and join their challenge, their master class, their VIP day, whatever it is. Set one up, y'all. You won't regret it. Another topic or practical tip or idea that I believe is, I might say almost one of my number one favorite ones because I do it. Podcasting. Now, I like TV podcasting. I do the audio and I do the TV piece. Start a podcast. Invite other female CEOs. Invite other, if you work with men, invite them. Invite them as special guests so that you can expand your network. See, I right now am operating in this series by myself. But if you follow me and been following me for a very long time, you see that I have Let's Talk Strategies with Danette Moss. And I always have hosts on that I'm interviewing or we're having a conversation. So I'm able to showcase their expertise, but I'm also able to showcase who I am as a strategist. So we talk all things strategies, but we do it in like a show format. And it's generally out on a TV channel. Absolutely love that. I don't think I could not do podcasting, and I encourage you to do that. You can repurpose that information, y'all, and use it over and over and over again. So consider podcasting is one of your lead gen methods that you use. Now, another good one that I see a lot of people doing is communities as a practical type way, practical tip or idea, setting up communities or exclusive memberships. The Get Your Sass On community is one way, right? Now that's a free community for now over on Facebook. We're getting ready to do some things over on LinkedIn soon, but consider setting up or establishing or getting together and setting up a good, awesome community that can help the people in your industry. Exclusive memberships are absolutely awesome where you can keep them, coming in and paying on a particular program on a monthly basis. We call that continuity in my world, right? Still a membership. Keep them engaged, keep them growing. This keeps money on the table for you on a month-to-month basis. It's just a win-win situation. Creating memberships on paid for platforms are good ones as well. I mean, you can do them or create communities on Facebook and LinkedIn, but I have digital CEO systems where my membership lives, right? You want to have and make sure that the platform is set that you can not only train and coach them if at all possible, if it's a exclusive membership, but you also want to make sure that you set this environment where they can network as well, and that they can put their hands on or easily get to or access the resources that they need. Now, sometimes exclusive memberships and even communities can require registration. These are things that you should consider. Do you want it to be free? Do you want to require registration? Do you want to capture data? Right? In order for you to get involved in the Get Your SaaS on community, you've got to give me something to, in order to get in there, because this is serious for me. And the other women that are in there, I really want us to have that exclusive type of environment or community that we as women we can engage together and we can have some sort of accountability. So I choose to put some form of registration or a form in front of it so that you can, you know, come on in and I can vet you and you can kind of vet me by the questions that I ask so we can make sure this is the perfect fit for you, honestly. Remember for our last practical tip or idea, remember to seek out and look for guest speaking opportunities. As you speak and make yourself visible, people get a chance to know who you are. So seek out opportunities to speak at conferences, webinars, podcasts. This is going to position you as an authority in your business. It really is. Now, I hope that you found these practical tips or practical ideas as it pertains to lead gen valuable and helpful. I encourage you to go back and listen in to the things that I shared as it pertains to lead gen in this series of the strategic leadership mastery, right? Is we're going to master things in its most successful way as female CEOs. Lead gen is definitely a part of it. It definitely is. If you're just now joining me via any of my social platforms, you're not quite sure who I am. My name is Danette Moss, business systems and implementation strategist, aka the strategy lady. I live at one of my favorite places on a consistent daily basis called Let's Talk Strategies, where I work with those 6 to 7 figure female CEO coaches, consultants, and service professionals. I work with them to go from overwhelmed in their business to putting it on rinse and repeat. And this is generally done via my 4-step framework. I work with them to get their SaaS on in their business, simplify, automate, systematize, and streamline their business. So, in a nutshell, y'all, I help them go from strategy to implementation so that we can have the business growth, or they can have the business growth that I know they desire to have. If that's you, and you need that help, go on over to letstalkstrategies.com and sign up for one of those awesome strategy sessions so we can see where you are and we can help you go from overwhelm to putting your business on rinse and repeat. Now, you know, it goes without saying that as we wrap up on a day-to-day basis, this is day 14, I always leave you with something to do. So I don't know any better words to call it but to call it homework. Okay. I invite you to implement these practical tips that I gave you or ideas that I gave you because they're tailored for you, that female CEO. If you don't want to call yourself female CEO, you, the female professional, right? Implement these things. Answer those questions that I provided you at the top of the hour or the top of the show. And if you have any questions on them, feel free to join us over in the Get Your SaaS On community. And you can get there by going to gysocommunity.letstalkstrategies.com or simply ask the question, answer your question, or give us some tips or your thought process on this topic of lead gen inside the comment section here on IG or over on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, um, Oh, YouTube. Listen, all of the social platforms that I'm on. Well, I hope this was insightful for you. I know and realize that we do have some people that are already doing it or say they're doing it, but not getting any traction. Look back at these questions. Look at these tips. Really search yourself and see, am I really implementing these things? If you're not, consider implementing them. And make sure you come back tomorrow for day 15, okay? Because we got some more time here. We got a total of 61 days and I'm hanging out with you all. But day 15, we're going to dive a little deeper into another crucial aspect of building a successful business in its most strategic leadership way. I believe tomorrow we're going to be speaking on for the series inside of the series. I think I'm going to be dealing with some lead conversion on tomorrow. So come back and join us for day 15. Again, this is Danette Moss. I am your business systems and implementation strategist, aka the strategy lady over at Let's Talk Strategies, home of the SaaS Factor, where I work with those 6 to 7 figure female CEOs, coaches, consultants, and service providers to go from overwhelming their business, work with them through strategy to implementation so we can put that business on rinse and repeat. Thanks so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you all on tomorrow. Bye for now.